everybody, this is part 3 of how to cure yourself from depression without drugs. In this part we'll be covering something I should have covered in the first video actually. It's how to cope at work and how my manager helped me progress and to get rid of my delusional paranoia. That was also how to get, like, say if you have a blackout or a panic attack, how to get back to what the last thing you were doing so that you can continue doing your work. The other bit is about when people say that you can't do things, and the last one is about the loss of a loved one, because all throughout our lives we will lose people, especially as we get older, and this is how I deal with such problems. I should also mention that you should watch video 1 and 2 first so you can see how this progresses. So as I mentioned in the first video, I almost lost my job due to my depression. What it was my manager Lee, he noticed that when I was doing certain jobs, I was having these, I don't know what the proper name for them is, so it was kind of like a panic attack / a blackout. And what it would be was spiraling bad thoughts, and what would happen is to end up with, say, for example, there was this mincing machine and I'd be cleaning at the end. This job usually should take between 45 minutes to an hour, and if you're doing it really thoroughly, maybe an hour 15, an hour and a half at most. But I was taking 2.5 hours over cleaning this machine. But what it was is I'd be having these spiraling thoughts, and I'd be kind of on a zombie-like autopilot. I'd be cleaning one bit and then jumping over to the next bit and cleaning a bit, and not like cleaning it the proper way because I couldn't concentrate. So I was pulled into the office, and Lee said that we really have to have a talk. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna lose my job, oh no. So I had to speak to a workmate, Trina, to come in with me because I was in such a panic, because this is really when I hit rock bottom. I was really gonna lose my job. So when I came into the office, I told Lee everything. And then after that, Lee said, okay, I'll help you get through this. And what he was going to do was push me in the right direction, and he would show me ways that I could retract back to my last memory so I could remember what was going on. Or he told me to come and speak to him so I could break the cycle, speak to him, and then get back to it. And then this went on for a while, and I progressed and I got better. And to do with my delusional paranoia as well, sometimes if I saw two people speaking, my brain would automatically say, they're speaking about me. So Lee said I could come to him anytime and speak to him and try and break this delusional paranoid cycle. And over the space of maybe 5 months, I asked and I did these techniques, and I asked and he said I was doing better at my job, and this filled me with more self-confidence. And also my delusional paranoia got less because I was able to ask and to solve the problem there and then. And after a while, when I really progressed really well and got a lot healthier, I even got a promotion in my job to health and safety rep / QC assistant. This was really good because I was paid more, and I was able to save more for future plans, and that future plan was to travel with my bike to end up with, as you'll see in the first video. I think that's really all I can cover for this video, but if you'd like me to speak more about it, then just feel free to ask and send a comment either on Facebook or on the YouTube page. So on this subject, what it's about is when people say that you can't do something, whether it be an idea, an event you're going to create, a project, or your own business. Even if people are slagging you off behind your back, behind your idea, don't pay attention to it. But if people come up to you and address you with problems with your idea, don't take it to heart, take it as a good thing. Because if they're recognizing problems in your idea, take note from them and try and solve these problems, and that'll even make your idea even better, and it'll give you more inspiration of how you can make your project or whatever it is even better. And always keep trying to progress. Even and a good thing to do is also to ask for feedback. I know this is not so much on the depression side, but I'm going to try and make it slightly about the attitude you have towards when others bring up your flaws. If you do have flaws in an idea or whatever it is in your project, take a listen, and if it's not really a flaw, then disregard. But if you but really think about it and think, is this actually a flaw, and does this need to be changed? Always take into account what people do say, especially when the feedback is bad, because if you sort the problem out, and then, as I said, it'll become better and your idea will become better. I should also mention that when you do get it done, do not be nasty with the people who bring up your flaws. Thank them, because it was thanks to them that you were able to get rid of the flaws. And as for the people that have been stabbing behind your back about your project or whatever it is, don't slag them off and don't say, "Ha, I did it," because that's a really shit attitude to have. Just do your project and be happy with what you've done, because you've achieved something great. No matter how small or how big, because something small can later progress to be something massive. So keep going with your ideas, and be happy about what you've achieved. So this is my last video for these ones, and depression can come from many different factors. I know I've spoken about bullies and assholes so far, but I think this is a really big one as well. Loss of a loved one. Now, I have my own way of dealing with with such a thing. Loss of a loved one is always hard, but it's something. It happens all the way through our lives, and especially as we get older, we'll always lose people that's close to us. This is the way, this is like my perspective, or the way I cope or deal with loss. But I think the best example is when I lost my great-grandmother. This is 2016, so November 2015. She was an incredible person, and if my family don't like me speaking about this, then I'll understand and I'll delete this part of the video. But one thing I knew about my great-grandmother, she did not like to see people sad, and she always liked to make people happy. And I know for a fact that she wouldn't want me to be sad. She would want me to live a full and happy life. My granny went through a lot, especially with the loss of her husband, but I don't know, through some time after that she was probably really destroyed by it, but I knew her much later in life, and she was always happy, always jolly, always joking, and she used to tell some really good stories, but I think that comes in another time. So I don't get sad when people pass, or when, for example, my cat passed. He was in the family for 15 years. He's a year older than my brother, so it was sad when he passed away, but I was just really happy that I had the chance to spend my life with such an amazing, funny animal. Tigger was a really funny cat. You could peek your head. Oh, dropped my sheet of paper. But if you peeked your head around the fridge door in the kitchen, he'd be standing behind the door, and usually was wanting food. That's the only time he really came to you is when you wanted food, or at night time when he was feeling playful. If you hid your face behind the door, peeked your eye around the corner, then he'd go wah. It's really funny to watch. But I'd say when I die, which might not be for a long time, but who knows, I could get hit by a bus. Fucking hope not. But anyway, if I was to die, I wouldn't want people to be sad. I'd want them to have a big fucking piss up and be really happy and merry and tell jokes and fun of when I was around. And hopefully they'll say some good words about me. Well, at least I hope so. I've been kind, I think. But anyway, I'll get back to this. I had to write this down because, as you know, I ramble. But if this should ever be my last words, and I'm sure my perspective on things will change in time, so my last words might be very differently. Like if I got shot or something, I'd be like, "You fucking bastard!" But hopefully not. Yeah, if this was ever my last words, I would say don't be sad about my passing, because I want people to be happy and have a good fucking piss up while you're at it, and have a good joke and have a good time at my expense. Also, I'd leave some money behind so that you can have a massive piss up on my behalf and enjoy it. And I also would say this is the most important: don't live your life in fear and sadness. And I'm hoping that from these earlier videos that you progress and become better. That's not actually my last word, but from these videos then yes. Live your life to the full. And I mean, go and explore and learn things from the unknown. Go and travel, see the world. I have. It's opened my eyes and it's been brilliant. Do what makes you happy and be kind about it while you're doing it. Don't harm others, and generally you'll live a damn good life. Be kind, be helpful, and speak the truth. Always speak the truth. And that's pretty much, yeah, that is my last words to you. If this should ever be my last words, which I hope it's not, because I have a lot more to see and do. There's a big world out there. Big world out there, and here's a new place. I only just came here a couple of days ago. And I have much more to explore and much more to see. And should you ever recover, and should you ever want to come travelling, or even before you recover and you want to come travelling with me, I'll be more than happy. You'll be able to find my YouTube page, and I can tell you where I'll be cycling to next if you ever want to cycle with me. I don't know when my next cycling project might be coming up, might be quite far away, but we'll see what happens. Bye. This is the end of part 3, the end of the videos. Unless you have things that you want brung up, or things that you want redone, then please leave comments in the YouTube page. If you have problems that I haven't addressed and you'd like some help with it, I do have the Hiking Biking Viking Facebook page, and you can send me a private message if you wish to keep it anonymous. But I'll say one thing about depression: it's a good thing to be open and just let everything go, because if you let everything go, all the weight comes off your shoulders. At the start, when I spoke in this video, when I spoke about work, I told Lee everything, but only like scraping the iceberg on topics on each thing. I didn't say exactly which went through it all, but when I spoke about it and let it go and was more open about it, and I'm even open about this now because you're seeing I'm doing these things on YouTube. Really, we've only scratched the surface of the things I went through when I was younger, and even a few years back. But the more open you are about it, the more weight is off your shoulders. And as I said through the earlier videos, when you deal with your issues and change your attitude towards things in various different ways, you will become a much healthier person. And I really do hope that this makes your these videos make you a stronger individual, and I hope that you become yourself again. All the best, and thank you very much for watching.